Well, exciting news, breaking news, if you will. Our very own Jeff Rieger, who normally patrols the clubhouse, this being a road game, Jeff has a report from the clubhouse. AJ Hinch was asked after the game about, hey, you really weren't that competitive this series.
Oh, that's right, Michael. I got this missive from one James Cookies Costa, who actually has the Bally's app, apparently.
A British Basketball League, y'all.
That's right. That's right. So Chris McCoskey asked him, where are you at competitive, right? Are you competitive? Because you weren't. And here's the quote from AJ, quote, I take exception to the competitive part. We were pretty competitive, unquote. They lost by a combined 17 runs, by the way. And then later on in the quote, he did say, well, we kind of came back in games.
Here are the scores of the 3 games in Kansas City. I'd like to know if any of this has the words competitive. 8-3, 10-3, 8-3. Get a boat. You and Scott and Chris can all get in it. And I'm going to handwrite on the side, SS Delusion.
Well, if you combine all your scores, you would have won one of those games.
We kind of came back in those games. I'm sorry, but when it's 8-0 and you make it 8-3,
bro, when it's
8-0,
right? When it's 8-0, the other team's already checked out and they're already looking forward to the next game.
Well, you know what I would have loved to have seen AJ do? No, hold on, and then you two could take it to 6 because I got to tell you, F all of this. I was on the radio as a rookie, literally back in a different life as a 23-year-old kid. And an afternoon against the Oakland A's and the Tigers.
No, Cleveland Indians.
And the Tigers mailed it in. And you know what the manager didn't do? That. Jim Leland came out. I hate everybody. Basically just said they're going to play like that. I'm not going to be the manager.
And next thing you know, they went to Oakland. They kicked ass on a road trip, and they're 30 games above 500. Dude, so this is the new standard, by the way. We kind of came back, so we were competitive.
But who is he worried about offending in that clubhouse? They're all nothing burgers.
This is what the Tigers are trying to do, though. Whether it's Scott Harris trying to keep his job, or not keep his job.
Javi, did I upset you?
But add the job security. Like, this is what they want to do. They want to lower the standards so much that you're happy with, well, we kind of came back.
But Mike, it's what I said in the last segment. Think about if you can at least be 5 games out.
Wow.
And that's acceptable in this city.
Jeff, I have great respect for you, and if you tell me I'm wrong, I'm going to listen. Am I wrong if I opt out? I don't want to watch this team anymore.
So I don't think you're allowed to.
I'd like to be left alone.
No. You're not allowed to. For the next couple weeks, you can watch the hockey and basketball. You got to come back. You're not allowed to. You were a prepared radio host. So is Rico. You will watch. You will get the Bally's app. However, I think the fans have already opted out.
Everyone has the app.
Yeah.
There's like 3 people at the station who don't. I'm leaving them nameless.
Oh, okay.
The whole point I'm making to you is...
No, you have to watch.
No,
we have
please.
to watch. No, we have to watch. But I'm telling you for a fact, and mark this day, it's May 22nd, Wednesday. This is like every other season for the last damn decade. We will not talk about the Tigers in June because they're going to be 12 out. We're not talking in July with the exception of the trade deadline on August 1st because they're going to be 15 out. The Tigers essentially are not talked about. You got to find other stuff to talk about.
If the Tigers had a brain, either Chris or Scott would get out in front of us.
Yeah.
Because from a business perspective, a vast majority of people can't watch your team, and I'm not sure they would if they could. Who the hell's going to that ballpark outside of the daiquiri crowd? Well, newsflash, you're not going to get 1.5 million or 2 or 2.5 million people through the crowd buying daiquiris. You're lucky if you get 1 million people through the gates this year.
I want to take you back to a time, Rico.
Real people, not
you hadn't worked here yet, but I think it was 2021, maybe 2020. The Tigers were god-awful, but they hit this blip, right, where they were playing great baseball, and everybody was getting excited. I remember I was out on a run. I was listening to Mike, and Mike's like, I'm not going to talk about this. You said some phrase.
2021?
Yeah, maybe 2020. It was some year where they ended up being awful. And you're like, I'm not going to talk about this team till they prove they're worth talking because the team sucks, they're rebuilding, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
That is this. This is that. We're not going to talk about this team all that much longer after a couple weeks. I mean, I listened to the morning show today, and Cookies and Jansen, they have a safe word now. Did you hear about this? It's walleye. So when they start ripping on the Tigers, somebody yells walleye because they're going to stop because it bums people out. People don't even want to hear it anymore. That's what they talked about. What?
We may really need to investigate things at this station. Okay.
Yes.
So
yes,
let me
they
get it straight.
created a-
When you talk bad about the baseball team, we now need a trigger word for the audience.
Yes,
Walleye.
yes. Yeah, well, I was listening to their ticket text that came in and their calls, and people are like, listen, I'm sick and tired of just listening to people rip on this team. And considering that's all we can do, we take the alternate route, which is we're not going to talk about.
All right. Listen, I appreciate the update. I know you're joining at 6. We got a ton of people who want to talk.
Adios.
I just think AJ Hinch right there, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not leadership, and he's too good of a manager, and he's got enough clout in the game. Today would have been a day you call your team out.
Mm-hmm.
You lose 8-3, 10-3, 8-3, and you're 10 games out of first, and
You get swept.
come on, man.
And you weren't competitive in any of the games.
And you get offended by the competitive part?
And like I said, at least when you went on the road to the Yankees and the Guardians. You lost game.
The Royals won 56 games last year, and they just buried you.
No, but I'm saying you were at least competitive. You bonehead mistakes lost you the game. You were out of all 3 of these games.
Yeah, these were
early.
These were drillings.
Right. This wasn't competitive.
Unbelievable.
And it's okay to say, guys, we weren't
You're the
competitive
manager.
at all.
You got every right
We
to
stunk.
say it.
Oh, and by the way, you got the reliever tossing the ball into the dugout, getting all pissed off at AJ. AJ would not talk about that post game with Alex Ling.
Yeah.
So I would assume he'll probably get opted. He'll probably get sent down. Don't you think?
You know what?
You know what?
Just
Walleye.
leave me alone. Walleye. Let's go to Mo, 97.1. Mo, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
Yo, what's up?
How you doing,
Hey,
Mo?
man.
Oh, what's up, bro? Okay, one thing I want to wait. First of all, bro, AJ Hinch, what the heck is that comment? Do they take us for fools? They're treating us like fools, like we're fools. What the?
Mm-hmm.
Careful.
What do you mean? You guys were coming back, so we were competitive. You got whooped by the Royals. They just won a World Series in 2015. They did a full rebuild. Now they're back. A great team, great baseball team. They locked up that rookie, whatever, the young player,
Bobby
one
Witt.
of the best players. That kid is freaking good as heck. They got him on a steal.
Mo, I would have followed up with, well, you know what, Coach? Let's define. What do you define competitive as? Because maybe we're talking about 2 different things here. Because I didn't see anything competitive about these last couple games.
Exactly. What was that? That was not competitive. That's why the stadium is so empty. I don't know if you guys been to a baseball game. Like,
There's no one there.
there's no one in the stands. No one wants to watch this team. And it's sad because, like, bro, we have a great baseball city. And, like, for, like, how many years has it been since they were at least –
You know, you got the longest playoff drought in the sport.
it's sad.
It's horrible. And that's the whole point, Mo. What we want, what guys like you want an owner and a GM who's got urgency. It doesn't mean you do stupid stuff. It doesn't mean you go spend $700 million. But again, if I love all these people who dunk on people like Rieger or Cookies. They were very into the Matt Chapman thing.
Yeah.
Hey, where are those people now when Chapman's white hot, hit another home run last night, and I'm still looking at the dead body that is third base?
Or you know what? Or at least be honest with us all and say, guys, we thought going into this season we had the pieces in place. Obviously, mistakes were made.
Right, say it.
Right. And you know what? I think that would actually buy you some credibility with the people because I see what you see. Okay? You're not alone with this. We thought we had everything in place, and we should have made some moves that we didn't, and we're going to try to fix this on the fly. Bear with us.
Well, that's what needs to happen this summer, is that you can still be rebuilding and still be developing. But, Scott Harris, you don't get to just go season by season. I think there needs to be something done in season to help this lineup and help his young players. That's called a trade.
Yeah.
Okay? And again, it's like Scooble's human. He's not going to be able to shut people out every start for 36 starts. I mean, look, bottom line is with Scooble, you're still 10 games out of first. So if anybody wants to make fun of me for this idea about, look, let's at least have a conversation about max value and Scooble, keep laughing. You're 10 games out of first with him. What the hell difference does it make? If you don't score 5 runs, you're 20 games under 500.
Because by the time you become good the way that they think they are, he's going to have a lot of wear and tear on that arm.
And $400 million that I'm not sure your owner wants to spend. Oh, wait. The Chris bots will tell me when the time is right.
Walleye, take him to church.
The ball does not fly.